Whoops, I didn't mute my mic while I'm still prepping. Click. Welly. About time we get started. I just gotta pull up my reference here because it's pretty much all freelance work today, and one client wrote out a really short script, and the other one I've been working with for a little while. So I'm gonna start with the short one first. So let me just pull that up. There we go. And let's turn this off. Boop! Face reveal! Actually, I think it's kind of in an odd spot. I'm just so off to the side. You can see my house. Exciting. Uh-oh. Oh, jeez. Okay. I think that's okay. It's probably okay. So, and I just need to test out the chat box here. Nope, not text, test. Oh, and there it is. Perfect. Okay. Ah, man. Okay. Time to work. Time to turn this off. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back. Pretty super sure. It's been far too long since I've streamed, and I'm about to do it way more regularly, which is exciting. I'm very stoked. Let's go ahead and kill this out. And let's start with this. I'm not committed to these panels. Let's put these away. Okay. How you doing, Chicken Strike? How's life? How's love? Aha, okay, well. I've seen you around though, right? Have I? Your name's just so familiar, and I've just been deeply out of it recently. Lots of work and barely surviving. Mostly brain farting. Oh, that is a good question. So, this is a one-page comic, and the panels are, there's just gonna be 4 of them. I've got the script right here. It kind of depends on the script, and yeah, see, I knew it, okay. I knew it was either Ryan's or Dan's. So, firstly, I'm doing my layout in the template that I want to use for this page. I've done another page for this person prior, so I'm going to keep it consistent, and I think this is just a modern comic book size. I got this off of a website. Yeah, modern. Do they have their link here? Yeah, so this is from Comics Wellspring. They're publishing. 'Tis I. Hello, lore. I found out about them because of Ryan, because he used them to print out Black Marrow, and they've got a fantastic wide variety of templates for what they print. And the frustrating side, this is a quick detour here, the frustrating thing about comic book standard sizes is that none of them are standard. They're all weird. So one publisher may use let's say I want to do an 8x10, which is roughly the size, I don't know if you can see it, but I've got some Akira books in the back that's roughly that size. I think those are 8x10 or 7x10 or something like that. So one person may do the 8x10 or 7x10, but another person will do 8x10.5. And then another one will do like 8x10.25. or something like that. It's just all over the place. So I'm just choosing one, and it should be roughly the same, and hopefully it'll be fine. I'm just not gonna, care too much. So working in the same ratio as this, I actually have, let's scoot this over to a different window. Yoink! I've made one of these, which I'm happy to share. It's just 20 pages to lay out whole things at once, and then I'll talk about how I come to the decisions I do. When I'm done with this one page, I'm going to be working on another comic straight from my layouts, so you'll be able to see what that looks like. I can pull that up right now too, honestly, but if you're doing like a whole thing, I suggest doing a bunch of pages at once. Initially, when I was first doing this kind of thing for my own work, and when I say initially and first time, I mean literally just a few months ago, I was just doing it 2 pages at a time, and that's kind of a mess, because it's kind of like, just, you're driving but only looking right in front of you, rather than driving and seeing the whole length of your journey, right? That's kind of what it feels like. So 20 pages at once, pretty helpful. If you're going to do a one and done 24-page comic, then you want to have all 24 right in front of you too. This way you can keep everything kind of concise. So I'm going to kill this out. So here's the size I'm using. That was 8x10. This is whatever those numbers say. I'm gonna block. So this is my safe area is where I'm putting my panels. It's just this little inner part. It's gonna get trimmed where the next solid line is, and I know this because I just trust that the publisher wrote this out in here, that line. So all this space up here is liable to get sliced to some degree, because the die cuts aren't always exactly precise either, so sometimes things shift. So I put my panels in the safe zone. I don't know what this line really is, and I'm going to go ahead and ignore it because I don't care. I'm not doing splash pages anyway, yet. And I think that's what that has to do with it. So, I know I have 4 panels. Panel 1, a character is inside a darkened cave. They're leaning over a pedestal, and we're looking at his back from slightly below. And in the foreground are 2 other much smaller characters. One is like a really big man, and the other 2 are little like rubber hose characters. And they're watching him as he is grabbing something. And is describing what he's wearing, which is like a traditional shogunate outfit, so I'm gonna have to emphasize that. Panel 2, the character is now grasping what was on the pedestal, which is a spear, and it's emitting a light, so that's a very dramatic scene. I know what the purpose of the scene is with the plot of this game. I don't know how much I'm able to reveal, so I'm just going to leave it here. And then the next panel is the reaction to picking up this object that was seemingly not magical, but now clearly is, and a change is happening. The environment is changing. We're seeing his clothes start shifting over. We don't really know what's happening, but it's something akin to like a magical girl transformation. It's very dramatic. The background changes. There's now tally marks all over the walls. And then the last panel is our villain, the larger man, looking down at the 2 rubber hose cartoon characters, and in a completely different outfit, and he's just looking very menacing. So it's just a setup to something greater, right? So I've decided, based off of my own understanding of what the story's going to be, because I know more, because let's just say I'm aware of the script, right? Like, if this were a larger comic project, it would be because I have the script in front of me. This being a 1-page comic, part of promotion for a video game, I'm just really aware of the game. If it was your own project, you would know, because it's your project and you're, fluent in your story, right? So I want to choose my panels to emphasize the things that feel not just important to this page, but later down the line. In this case, just this page, because it's 1 page, right? So I chose, let me make this bigger, a really big first panel, a really thin second panel, and kind of 2 medium, well, 1 medium and then 1 larger bottom panel. And the reason why I chose this is I have my establishing shot, my really interesting dramatic shot, and I like the idea of it kind of feeling like the widescreen kind of zeroing in on what's happening. I might even add some extra darkness on the top and bottom for that, because it just seems neat. And then we're starting to establish a little bit more, so having some amount of space to be able to see, 3 characters looking at each other, and then zooming in on this again, all the drama, like, would, I think, be good. I'm not married to these panels like this. This is so early on, I'm just throwing some stuff out there, and I'm going to be shifting it as I go. I may decide later that maybe one of these 4 panels ought to be vertical, right? Maybe I end up doing something like this. It seems very cinematic to me, which is why I like the vertical. Sorry, horizontal. This is vertical, horizontal. I know words, left and right make sense. So that's currently where my logic is for this right now. And that's what I'm going to be leaning into. Now that I'm looking at those 2 vertical panels, though, it feels a little more balanced. Especially since I'll be looking up at a character with these 2 guys below. So it's kind of the same way when you're choosing your panels. There's a couple things you want to think about. The first is, what's the majority momentum of what's happening in the panel? And this isn't the first for everybody, this is the first for me. And what I mean by momentum is, and I don't even think this is really the right word, but you want to pick a shape that fits the composition, and then also fits the page, right? Our page is a rectangle. It's a very vertical rectangle. My drama in the first 2 panels seems to fit horizontal really well. I'm thinking of having, from the back, over here, and then we see him from the front holding the thing here, and there's gonna be some foreshortening and like wind and stuff happening. It's all very horizontal feeling, right? And then these two, I was just saying, like seeing more of his outfit and his reaction, suddenly it feels very tall, or like it seems like a tall image would help to emphasize this better. So I made with those two vertical panels. It's not as though I could do horizontal the whole way down, and I think that's probably what makes layouts kind of daunting, is that in art there's more than one answer for everything all the time, and it's just like, okay, but which one should I choose? What would look the best? Pinnacle of creativity, I must get the best always. And that can be really daunting. Let me show you some other stuff real quick. So, and please let me know if oh god, did I unmute myself? Please tell me I unmuted myself. Oh good, okay. Whew. For a second I thought I was just like talking to the void. I've done that so many times while I'll stream and then forget to unmute the mic. Or I'll start the stream and never have muted it in the first place, and sitting here setting up and just making like funky noises while I'm doing things. Anyway, so layouts. Let me pull out what I've been working on that I'm about to work on today. Where did it go? There we go. There we go. So these are the layouts for a project I'm working on currently, and this is one of the things I'll be doing pencils for today. This first page is just how the whole first panel was described in the script, so I did it as is. And then moving over, we're doing a lot of establishing and you know, characters walking down hallways, and it's all just very horizontal, so I just want to make sure I just have room for what's happening. I have to cram a lot into these pages. There's a lot of information. But I also want the things that have drama to feel dramatic. I want the things to have detail that need the detail. The big things, big panels, feel very important, and I want to try to save space for those really important things. So for this first page, I'm establishing a new environment, the interior of the environment, zeroing in on the face of a goon that we're going to use down the line. He's like the head of security for this prison, and then transitioning into the next page where we reveal another new character, and this guy's a really important character. So here I have, let me switch to color we can all sort of see here. Let's do this. Let's be clever. That's not a layer. Yeah, okay. So, big establishing panel, right? Establishing panel, and I get to see down a hallway, which gives me the details of like showing all of the prison doors and what's on the doors. I'm throwing in little signs to kind of like when you have like a doctor clipboard and it tells you about, you know, wow, why are you here? I thought that kind of info on these doors would be interesting. It's a good detail. This was not something established in the script. This is just, I want it to look like a prison and feel like a prison, but I'm not going to do any research on a real prison because this takes place in outer space and I can make it up. So I'm going to. Sorry for the sniffles. And then, you know, I also get to show a little bit about the world in here, and the world is like very, you know, chunky tech type of stuff. So I'm going to have like wires and things across the building and lights coming down the way. So it's an opportunity to show a little extra something. Maybe I have like a little dude sitting out over here, right? Oh god, what layer am I on? Okay, good. This is where I was saying, like, I want to zero in on a person. Zeroing in on a character doesn't have to be that big, right? So I just need enough room to be able to do two things. This feels very transitionary. So I still want to keep this guy in focus, and this wasn't something part of the script either. It's just that I thought having, you know, that like big rough kind of a guy in his like physical opposite foil sidekick type person next to him would have been just sort of interesting to look at. And then later in the script, I had the opportunity to utilize him at a joke, and I was really glad to keep him. So I want to keep him in the frame. The layouts worked out. My client was happy with it, so I want to maintain his ability to be there. So I'm going to zoom out a little bit, right? And then this is a transition. I am now zeroing in dead center in the screen, trying to keep track of my camera a little bit while I go. And so I'm dead center here. So my next page, where I'm revealing what I'm transitioning into, I decided to be dead center here as well. This could work for a lot of different things. So like, let's say if I have a character dramatically looking up like, oh no, a thing I wasn't expecting. And then in the next page I could have, that thing is a really big, tall thing. It's maybe looking up at a 1-point perspective, or a 3-point, or whatever, but it's still dead center, right? Like vertically speaking, it's dead center. So I liked keeping the same camera angle between the two because it feels like mirroring, you know, when you camera A to camera B between two people talking in a movie. And a lot of my choices for camera angles and momentum, like literal movement of the characters, the panel shapes I'm picking, I feel like I'm pretty inspired by like movies and things. Like I tried to do storyboarding before this, and I never really could bring myself to take the big steps into the industry when I did it. But that's definitely had an effect on how I view comic panels, if that makes sense. They're not the same. I can change the shape of these comic panels whenever I want to in order to emphasize something. And so like if you're going to pan your camera, for example, if I had a movie or a show was gonna pan this camera from here to here, I can just show the whole thing and make it interesting. I just have to try to encapsulate all the motion at once, right? So that's sort of the core of how I choose my layouts. Does that make sense? Like, I know it's kind of a lot. I've never had to like describe it verbally before either, so I'm kind of jumping around a little bit. I am going to get back to this later, because I do got to work on this one too. Oh good, I hope so. And honestly, like, one of the things I found really helpful when trying to learn storyboarding is primarily utilizing the rules of storyboarding to try to make things more interesting and treat it like a camera. But when you're studying it, it's easier to study directly. So one thing that you can do is, if you're watching a movie, pause it every so often and see if you can storyboard the movie or the show, like the episode. Shows, I think, are maybe easier to storyboard because I think film gets away with a lot more camera looseness and choices and stuff. There's this really fantastic website that's still around. It's been around for like a million years, called Flooby Nooby. Hang on. You can tell by the name, like, it's just so of its time. Oh, and they just released a new... That's cool. I'm gonna shoot you guys a link here, hang on. So, it's a blog spot. I think it used to be its own thing. It's called Flooby Nooby. And they do a lot of, like, breakdowns and, you know, dissertations and things about cinematography, animation primarily. They've got this really excellent article on composition in The Incredibles. The use of line of action in animation is really good. A lot of the stuff I talk about is on this website. It's also in literally every animator, YouTuber type person who goes in and talks about like tutorials on how I did this when I worked in the industry or whatever. They'll talk about storyboarding a lot, and one of those practices they would do is study a movie and figure out, you know, like, when did panel cut and why? What was the composition of those panels? Or screen, whatever. When did they do a pan, and how can I make the whole thing work? So if I've got like a character here, and then start walking. And it's like, how did that work? It's just really, it's good practice. Okay, I'm gonna take a quick second here. I wanna open up the door, the sliding door. It's kind of warm in here. I'll be right back. Excuse me. Oh, okay. It's not just warm in here, it's just warm today. Man, this weather's been so all over the place recently. Okay. Headphones returned. Glove acquired. Also, I'm not the only one home today, so you may hear, you know, people walking back and forth or talking in the background. One of my roommates is prepping to move out, so there may be a few things of, you know, movement. Life, aside from me. Amazing. Okay. Okay. So, what was I saying? Oh, yeah. So, let's get this going. I don't know what a shogunate outfit looks like. Let's take a look. Sorry, the mic is like right next to the keyboard. I'll try not to use it too much. Let's do Kurokawa Shogunate. I don't know who that is. I should watch more Akira Kurosawa. He's literally got like so many movies that are like super crazy long, but I don't know, it's probably worth it. How about you guys? How are you guys doing? How's your Friday going? Aha, okay, that actually zeroes things down. My client left a reference for exactly what I needed, and I just didn't read it with my own eyes. Excellent, reference boards are good. They're hard, but they're good. Can you tell me about your project? Like, is this for a personal project, or is this client work? Oh, cool. Okay. So did you just already have a character that lined up with that challenge, or are you going to utilize it because it was just a really cool concept? Or I'm got a doodle set up to start on that, but I've been so busy, I don't know if I'll be able to finish. Ooh, okay. That's a cool one. I was gonna do a witch who's using like blood magic. That's really fun. So in the comic, is this character like the protagonist, or like are we watching the villain with the kaiju? Man, some of these like Edo period Japanese armors are so ornate. I don't think the ornate's gonna fit this character too much, so I'm gonna keep it simple and practical. He's definitely the kind of guy who would want to be on the battlefield. I don't want to draw his legs. Oh. Let's turn that off. No legs for him. I think this music's just the same song on loop. Let's do another one. Use the same person because I know they're like DMCA free. Where's their rainy one? It's too sunny out today. I can't stand it. Roller skating, Sunset Plaza, Willow Tree. Some of these like names are really cute too. This one's literally just hot air balloon, slice of life, cute music. Rainy day. There it is. This whole channel, this person like makes music and just puts it out there for you to stream with, which is nice. He claims to be AI free, and I think based on what I've been listening to, I believe him. But I don't know. I could be wrong. I don't think I am though. Okay. Maybe I will make this one bigger. I'm kind of arbitrarily choosing the spacing between panels at this stage. I have to go back to the original one I did and see what size I did there because I can't remember. But we're still just roughly laying out now. Yeah, see, this one's on a loop too. I like this music. I think it's really cute, but I think the moment I notice the loop is when I get a little bored. I'm sick of lo-fi too. Let's try this funky playlist. Maybe I won't get noted on it. Ugh, this is AI. I don't really like this either, too. Let's see. Let's give this a shot. Maybe it won't be bad. Excuse me. Sorry, I had like a really bad cold the other week, and I still haven't gotten rid of this cough. Make his head a little bit bigger. Let's zoom out from him a little bit, give it some elbow room. How did they do, I wonder? So I don't remember where I learned this, but I learned that different cultures and places would do tally marks differently, and the way that we do it is, I think, specifically like Roman, with the, you know, 4 straight lines, 1 across. Yeah, okay. I wonder if I should do it that way. This character's supposed to be, like, up until this moment, he thought that he was just like a normal, I mean, yeah, like, you know, he's a shogunate living in feudal Japan, and all of a sudden there's like cartoon characters and shit that he's seeing and meeting and coming across, and he's got something's up. So my thought is, should I just do on the tally marks on the walls, because he's the one inevitably who did them, as what would be recognizably tally marks, or if I should do and I've seen this around, I have to do a little bit more research into it, but it's that. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is interesting. I'll probably just do the recognizable ones. It's just such a non-issue. Oh, unless they still do it. Okay, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's interesting. In fact, it's its own font character. Okay. Thank you, Learn Japanese Reddit. You've taught me well. Okay, I'm gonna use that because I think it looks cool. Yoink. And if he doesn't like it, then I will change it. Whoop, getting a phone call. Oh, it's Spam. Goodbye, Spam. So, zoom out. Yoink. Too small. Wrong tool. I don't know how to draw a fedora. Just do a nice, real wide-brimmed one, too. Doo-doo. I should eat some lunch. I may actually do that. What do I have? Just realized I was really hungry. Starting to wonder if maybe I should have kept it all horizontal. Yeah, okay. I know it's only been like a short amount of time, but I think I need some brain food. How long has it been? Like 30 minutes? Oh, about an hour. Okay. I'm not done streaming today, and I've got more work to do, but I need that good old brain food, so I'm going to, be back. I'm probably just going to start a new stream, because I don't know how long it's going to take for me to make whatever I'm making. So, I will post a new link when I do it, and I will catch y'all eventually. Okay, goodbye. Wait. I know how to do this. I know how to do this. Camera. Not camera. I'm looking at my screen and talking.